Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Please excuse my voice, I've got a little bit of a cold. But today I want to jump in and I want to talk about the new Imperial Fist Codex supplement. I'm going to talk about some of the lore which is inside of it, because there's been a few little changes that have piqued my interest, that have raised my eyebrow. So let's jump in and let's discuss it. Okay, so let's start with Dorn. I've got to say that there's some hints in here that Dorn is still alive and he's still going. I know it could be just me and my overwhelming fandom, my overwhelming Imperial Fistism, just hoping that Dorn lives, but I'll say it and I'll say it again. If there's no body, there's no death. Right, so the first little bit of thing which raised my eyebrow is that there's a section, it's on page 7, and it starts with, "To the Imperial Fist, that tempered aggression of the Indominus Crusade feels more like strategy of vanished Dorn than reborn Guilliman." Let me just say that, of vanished Dorn, not dead Dorn, vanished Dorn. So there's little hints already, right at the start of this, getting into the lore, that Dorn did not die. He just merely vanished. I know people are going to say, "No, Valrak, you're just going down the rabbit hole." But just take a second and just listen to this, right? Primarchs make a lot of money. They make a lot of money. So basically, what GW is doing, they're leaving it open for Primarchs to return. Any Primarch to return. Well, any Primarch bar Sanguinius, not Corax, Sanguinius, Ferrus Manus, Horus, you could probably argue Kurz, the whole soul gem and stuff like that is another bloody subject. But there is doors open for stuff returned. So that's why they're putting this little stuff in, like vanished and stuff like that. Now, there's also another thing which is mentioned on page 9 as well. Now, this page is dedicated, well, it's a double page, it's page 8 and 9, and this is dedicated to the Phalanx. But to the bottom of page 9, there's a little interesting little text. It says, in the stratagem, also that chapter's officers renew their oaths before Dorn's status locked skeletal hand. Because if you didn't know, Dorn's hand is kept on the Phalanx. That is the only thing that was found of Rogul Dorn. Now, one of the interesting facts about this is that the old lore is that his entire body used to be encased in amber, but they changed it to just his hand. So there's probably another little hint somewhere out there. Those wishful rumours abound that Dorn continues the noble fight to this day, and his hand is the only known remnant of the Primarch since he disappeared above the despoiler class battleship, the Sword of Sacrilege. It's rightly said, with the grim humour uncommon among his otherwise stoic sons, that Dorn yet has a hand in every world liberated, every heretic slain. So basically, what they're saying is that he disappeared upon the Sword of Sacrilege, and they think, or the rumours in the Imperial Fist, that he continues his fight. His fight is still going on. Where could he be fighting? What could he be doing? Surely, if a big, 15-foot golden armoured figure with one hand and a massive chainsword is killing things, I'm sure that would have made the news on a couple of websites and something like that. Unless he's in the warp fighting and, he's very stoic and whatever, or maybe he's in the webway fighting. You never know. You never know. But at the end of the day, the hints are there. The hints are there, and I am going to cling on to those hints like a monkey swinging through some trees. Right, onward to the chapter command, because guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have a new chapter master. By good God, we go through these guys very, very, very fast. So let's talk about the chapter master. So our old chapter master was called Von Hagen, for those of you who didn't know. And on the chapter command page, it says chapter command Gregor Dessian is now the chapter master, which completely has got me confused, because Von Hagen was around during the sieging and breaking of Cadia. He was around then, and in that meantime, he must have died. I've looked through this. I've tried to find his name mentioned in depth, like how he died, what he did to die, and I can't find it anywhere. I literally cannot find it. The only thing I can think of is maybe that they've made a mistake and they put Gregor Dessian in there, or they've even made a bigger mistake and forgot to mention that the Imperial Fist chapter master is dead. It's really a strange one. It's really strange. We've only just got a new chapter master, and now we've got another chapter master. We go through chapter masters so fast. Hopefully the next chapter master will be Varric. But yeah, there we go. And when it comes to like chapter commands and stuff like that, like I know we got a new chapter master. The first company is called the Emperor's Shield. The second company is called Scions of the Redemption. The third company, of course, is called the Sentinels of Terror. The fourth company is called the Victors of Brax. The fifth company is called the Heralds of the Truth. So that's basically my boys, because my boys are the fifth company. The sixth company are called the Siege Hammers. The seventh company are called the Guardians of the Phalanx. They're a reserve company. Sorry, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th company are all reserve companies. So the 7th company is basically the boys who guard the Phalanx. The 8th company, Dorn's Huskarls. Very, very cool. I love that name. 9th company, the Wardens. And 10th company, the Eyes of Dorn. And that's an actual scout company, of course. So yeah, that's really, really interesting. I love all the little names and stuff they've given to the companies. But the biggest thing and the biggest head scratcher in that for me is that we have a new chapter master, and there's no information about him at all. Look, you can probably hear me like just looking. It's just chapter command, Gregor Dessian, and that's it. There's literally no information. So that's a bit of a shocker, because hopefully, not hopefully. I'm a bit upset. I am very, very upset that they gave us a new chapter master. They never told us about the old chapter master, and they never told us about the old chapter master dying, and they never give us any new information about the new chapter master. Like, what's his personality like? How does he do warfare? Is he really cool at building walls? Does he like Lego? You know, all that kind of stuff. Nothing's in there at all. So, yeah, I'm a bit upset about that. Now, in this book, there's some, like, a glorious history. Now, we mostly know about the old stuff, like the Defense of Terror, the Scouring. It's got something about the Iron Cage. Never heard of it before in my life. Safeguard of Primarch, that is, you know, when they helped Gilliman on the Luna, on Luna when he was battling Magnus and stuff. But there's something at the end called the Battle of the Sealed Fist. And what it was Tor Garadon and his third company defending against an Orc war. And the planet itself was shielded with this ancient tech shield. And it was, you know, coming under heavy bombardment. But luckily enough, the Iron Hands popped up to help. Hey, we're here to help. But instead of joining the firepower to Tor Garadon's third company, they basically demanded the relic, which was, you know, powering the shield. They're like, no, we want this. How dare you? Give us this. Things went from bad to worse, and basically they nearly came to blows. The Iron Hands and the Imperial Fist nearly started to fight each other. Lucky enough, the Raven Guard popped up, and they assisted, and with all the combined firepower from them, the Orc War was managed to be put back and defeated. But he says, however, the friendship between the Iron Hands and the Imperial Fist is made fragile and tenuous by the experience. So, basically, the Iron Hands are a bunch of nasty, nasty boys. Now, of course, this is not just the Imperial Fist Codex. This is also the Crimson Fist Codex. I would argue, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the Crimson Fist Codex with the Imperial Fists attached to it. And the reason I say that, right, listen to this. The Crimson Fist can use all the Imperial Fist stratagems, whereas the Imperial Fist can only use the Imperial Fist stratagems. So, and that goes with the relics as well. So technically, the Crimson Fists have more access to more stuff in this book than the Imperial Fist. So this is why I say that this is indeed a Crimson Fist Codex, rather than an Imperial Fist Codex. Right, so let's go through the Crimson Fist chapter command. Of course, we have the glorious Pedro Cantor, not Primaris form, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, which is kind of sucky. I would love to see Pedro in Primaris. The first company is called the Crusade Company. The second company is called the Shield Wall. The third company is called the Red Lightning. The fourth company is called the Crimson Lancers. The fifth company is called the War Riders, and 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th are all reserve companies, and the 6th company is called the Iron Guardians. The 7th company is called the Wardens of Rin, so maybe they're just like, you know, the Phalanx, they stay on Rin and stuff. The 8th company is called the Red Path, that sounds very Cornish to me, and the 9th company is called the Fists of Rin, and the 10th company is called the Wayfinders, and of course, they are themselves a scout company. Now, just to finish off the video, there is, again, a little blurb of text on page 33, and this is about Torgaridon, and this is not really about the Imperial Fist, but it's about the Black Templars themselves, and it really raised my eyebrow, because, yeah, this seems very, very strange. So it says, war has taken too many of Garadon's battle brothers, his fellow captains among them, of his allies beyond the chapter. Tycho was lost to the Black Rage and Armageddon. Sicarius is missing, swallowed by the tides of the Immaterium. Brash perished in the firestorms of Guola, and Draco was declared excommunicated traitors for his deeds too terrible to recount. Now, for those of you who don't know who Draco is, he is a Black Templar Castellan. He's actually kind of a famous Black Templar as well. He had his own model and everything like that. He was pretty badass, his story and stuff. But now he's declared excommunicated traitoris. I don't understand. I just can't get my head around that. Is it just him, or was it everyone who was with him? Is it like, are they saying like a part of the Black Templars are considered traitors now? How do you become a traitor in the Black Templars? They're the most zealous of the Emperor's sons. What could he done? What are these deeds that he's done to make him like this? This is really big head scratch. And again, do you know what I think? I think it's a bit of a kick in the face of Black Temple fans as well. Not only are they not getting no new models when it comes to the next Psychic Awakening, one of their characters is now a traitor. It's like, hey, there you go. There's something Black Templars for you. So yeah, that is madness. Hopefully we get like a book or something that details this, because it's really interesting to see what could have given him this sentence. The only thing I can think of is Chaos Taint. Did did his bloodlust become too much? And Korn was like, hey there, boy, let's party, let's hold some hands. Who bloody knows? But hopefully we'll find out more in the future, or maybe it's just another little tease when it comes to where it comes from. GW. All right, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, if you've got any questions or anything like that, post them below, and I'll try and do my best to answer them. I do have the book in front of me. I'm sure a lot of you chaps have the book in front of you right now. But again, I'll do my best to try and answer questions you may have about the Imperial Fist, Crimson Fist that I mentioned in this Codex supplement. See you now. Thank you for coming, and have a great day. Now, bye-bye.